How did you find Scientology?
My dad was a Freemason, which is very secretive. I still don't know what he did. He never told me.
Mm-hmm.
It's always mystical to me. Like, go to these like Freemason meetings, his local little thing. And I think he got a kick out of the fact that he couldn't tell me about it. Like, I could tell you about it, I'd have to kill you and all this stuff. And I sort of thought Scientology was similar. I just thought it was some secret kind of thing. And how this came about was there was a girl who asked me for help to fix a piano. And weirdly, whilst playing the song, I was having I've had many midlife crises, but I was having a bit of a midlife crisis, like, oh, what am I doing? I don't really know what I'm going. And I had this bright idea that I'd like to live just helping people for a month. You'll see that I come up with like projects for months. And I had this project of, I'd like the idea of helping people because I'm really tired of myself. I live in this selfish cage called me. My worries, my problems, my success. And I've really grown tired of it. Randomly, a chick comes up to me and is like, oh, can you help me fix a piano? Literally like a few minutes later. And that piano
That's crazy.
was in a Church of Scientology.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
Yeah. So I go in this Church of Scientology, right? I don't know it in the beginning. I'm like just kind of not really in present time. I'm just walking in.
Did you even notice? You're like, oh, in a
No, not
building.
really. Like I was talking to her, not really paying attention, a bit hungover. Go in and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know how to fix a piano. I'm like, oh, what have I done? I had a money box. She asked me for help and I was like, okay. And I left the piano in the street. I took the money box and I gave it to this lady, Kristen. And
The lady who asked you to fix the piano.
no,
Oh.
Kristen was a homeless lady with no teeth
Oh.
who was on heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And she would get really high and then she would cry a pain that you've not heard about that the government's taken a baby. And she was there in the audience waiting to steal money from me at the end. And I gave her the box of coins. So I just gave away the money and then walked off with this girl, left the piano there, left everything, and then walked. And now we're in a Church of Scientology. I didn't realize initially, I'm like in there and the building was kind of like really fancy and I thought it was her house. So I'm in there like fixing this thing and this dude comes up, dressed all nice in a suit. Oh, sir, can I get you a glass of water? And I was like, this bitch has got a butler. I'm like, the f*** am I doing here? Fucking helping people. What a fucking idiot. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Blah, 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 blah. I started, what was I thinking? And I get so pissed off and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm British, so I can't really express it. So I'm just going to quietly do this job and then I'm not going to talk to you. And I'm like, doing it. And then some other woman comes up, oh, can I get you a drink? I'm like, this bitch has got two. That's it. Like, I'm off it. I stand up and I go to the woman and I'm like, listen, what do you do? I asked her what she did for a living after the first guy came. She said she's an opera singer. And I was like, opera, it must be nice. That's really opera singer. And then second person comes and I said, listen, I'm out. All right, I'm walking to the door and there's a massive poster by the door and it's a picture of a kid on a skateboard and it says, I'm a Scientologist. I thought that's a weird poster. And I looked at her, I was like, where are we? She said, we're in a Church of Scientology. And the hairs on my neck went up. I was like, oh, shit. I've like managed to make it into this secret society. And I
What the butler?
right. And I was like, holy fuck. I somehow made it in. And I thought this would be a great story one day.
Yeah.
On the resume.
Because I got wild stories, all the people I met. I never met Scientologists. This is pretty fucking cool. I thought, while I'm in here, let me like try and figure out what I can figure out. But it turns out they're not secretive at all. Quite the opposite. Most of these churches have an information library. Anybody can go in and read anything, right? I don't know that. So I'm like, can I ask you some questions? She said, all right. I said, all right, yeah, but one thing, you got to understand, like, we're British. You got to agree not to be offended. I used to debate religious people.
Yeah.
I've never actually met a Scientologist. And I'd like to, like, ask you some questions, but they're going to be hard questions. They're not going to be polite questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get it. She's Israeli. She didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I don't get it. And, okay. And I asked her, like, all these questions, and her answers, like, threw me off. I was like, all right, who do you pray to? Pray to some dude called Ron from the 50s. She said, no, I don't pray. What do you mean you don't pray? What do you believe? I believe man's good and that you can improve life. And I'm like, yeah, no, I believe that. But like, what do you believe? Like, what? And all her answers like threw me off. And she was like, look, I'll be really honest. If you're that interested in it, you can read it. And I was like, she's going to let me read it. She's letting me in. I'm getting in. Like, this is so wild. And I go in, and I was like, yeah, but which bit can I read? Like, the secret stuff or like, what, She's like, yeah, you can read whatever you want. And I'm like, and she takes me to the public information library, which anybody could go in. But I don't know that. And there's all these book titles. And there was one book title called How to Overcome Emotional Ups and Downs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it made me feel embarrassed. It made me go flush. Like, oof. It was just so on the bone for me. Because that was my life. Mm-hmm. My life has been ups and downs. It's been the highest highs, the lowest lows. And I would hide the lowest lows because it's so shameful. But I was worried I was going insane many times in my life. And being a musician, I mean, we've skipped so much of that story. But I found myself in bizarre rooms with like a royal throwing up on me at 2 a.m. after a party. And then the next day I'm playing in a hospice for a bunch of kids. And the next day I'm like in an ashram in India playing this show. And the next day I'm with the prince of wherever and I'm on a super yacht and we're playing.
Yeah.
And while still feeling like I'm not really a musician. You guys treat me like I'm an artist. I'm just a kid from the village who somehow you think I'm an artist. I feel like I'm conning you. I feel like I'm like some scam thing.
Yeah.
I'm just a dude that loves music. I'm not a musician. Like, I'm not Sting. Sting's one of the guys I met many times. That's the whole fucking story. And love that man. That guy's an incredible man. So I see this book, How to Overcome Ups and Downs, and I'm like, I've just never seen a book with that title before. And but honestly, like, I'm no interest in becoming religious or... That is not in the cards for me. And but in the spirit of I might never get invited back into this building, let me have a little look. And man, I'm glad I looked at that book. Because that book helped me with something that I was really struggling with. And I didn't know why I was up and down all the time. And I read that book, then I did know. And that was it. I applied it. It worked.